Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday, and also for those of you that have signed up for my hypnotherapy sessions, for the free ones, I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for doing that, and I will be really glad and happy to help you guys, okay? So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, it should be exciting. Anyways, guys, so in today's video, I wanted to discuss narcissism, okay? But well, I wanted to discuss what is most likely to happen after you set boundaries with a narcissist, okay? As you guys know, narcissists are blinded, okay? They're blind. And they're blinded by the ego, okay? And so if you are a narcissist yourself, okay, you will be triggered like crazy by a lot of my videos, especially when it comes to narcissism, okay? So any of the videos that I made on narcissism, they will trigger you, okay? And so if they do trigger you, then that means you're probably, or you have some narcissistic tendencies, or you might be a narcissist yourself, okay? And so but it's, the thing is, it's extremely hard to recognize or look at yourself, okay? And in order to look at yourself, you have to get very, very real with yourself. You have to become very honest with yourself, right? And it's not easy, okay? It's not easy because the truth, although the truth will set you free and it will allow you to live a more authentic life, right? It can also cause a lot of pain, okay? Because when we're honest with ourselves, completely honest, sometimes we have to acknowledge the things that are very painful about ourselves, about our situations, about our circumstances, right? Even about, how we grew up, right? More often than not, for example, right, guys, narcissists, they don't acknowledge anything. They don't want to see the truth, and they usually keep they tend to be around people that are like yes people, yes, 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 anything you say, because they buy them off, first of all, okay? If they're financially wealthy, they have like flying monkeys, right? And they use these flying monkeys to track certain people, to defend narcissists, right? So, and the flying monkeys are usually bought off, from what I noticed, right? Okay, so they're usually bought off, okay? And so usually narcissists use finances, okay? Or they give gifts, lots and lots of gifts, right? And of course, as you guys know, right, whenever a narcissist gives gifts, it always comes with strings attached. Okay, so be aware of this, right? But at the same time, this is how I think, right? I think that when someone gives you a gift, it should come from the heart, because this is what I do, right? If I want to give someone something or a gift, right, or really anything, I don't expect anything in return, and I like to give from the heart, or I don't give anything at all, and so that's not how narcissists think, okay? And so to a narcissist, everything is a transaction. Everything is they don't live from their hearts, from their heart space, right? So therefore, they're not going to give from the heart. And so they always give either to buy someone off, to buy someone's silence, to buy someone's loyalty. They think all of this can be bought, when in reality it cannot. In their mind it can, but it cannot, okay? And so, that's where they're mistaken, right? That's where they make this big mistake. And so a narcissist, right? What will happen when you draw boundaries with a narcissist, okay? If you draw boundaries with a narcissist, because they're like kids, right? They haven't developed this emotional intelligence yet, okay? Somewhere along the lines, as they were abused in childhood, right? Which of course they're not going to admit, okay? They're going to deny everything, right? They're going to deny their bad, even abusive childhood, okay? They will deny the fact that they hate their job. They will deny everything. They will deny that they're in a bad relationship that they don't want to be in, or that, you know. So to them, they're like basically, if you want to, if, you know, as you guys know, right? I don't know if you know toxic positivity, right? It's when someone like denies that there's a negative side, right? But because there are always two sides, right? A negative one and a positive one, right? So nothing really is in black and white, right? There are also gray areas, right? And so, and there's a dark and a light side, right? And so, a narcissist will deny the dark side, okay? So they will deny not liking something, for example, right? They will deny not having a good childhood. They're going to deny the abuse. They're going to deny all of the things that actually could have, by addressing those things, right? They set you free, okay? By addressing the darkness, it sets you free. It sets you off towards your healing, right? So it helps you, by addressing things, you release them, right? And so they don't understand this, right? And so they're going to continuously deny it, right? And so that's the thing, right? This kind of thinking, this kind of dissociation, right? It keeps them stuck. It keeps them stuck, and it keeps them trapped in their own illusions, basically, in their own mind, in their ego, okay? And so their ego is exactly what's keeping them blind, okay? Blind to everything, blind to other people's needs, blind to other people's wants, desires, you know? So to them, it's all about me, and how do I get my needs met, right? And so when you set the boundary, the narcissist is not going to like that, and especially if there were financial strings that were attached. And with the narcissist, it's very likely to be the case, okay? They're going to try to get you with finances. They will offer you something, okay? They will tell you like, hey, I want to help you, you know, or God told me to help you, okay? And so this is how much I will give you every month, right? Or, you know, so they might use like spiritual, religious manipulation, okay? They're going to tell you that higher source, right, or a higher power told them to help you, right? So they're going to consciously or unconsciously, probably consciously, attach strings, okay? So financial strings to you, okay? And so because you probably needed this help, right? You, of course, you might not decline it, right? You might actually, for a little while, you might think it came from God, you know? So, you know, but when you're accepting money from a narcissist, right? Or you're accepting financial help from a narcissist, it always comes with strings attached, and also there's an energetic exchange, okay? So, you know, you're exchanging energy with a person with bad intentions, right? And whenever you're exchanging your energy with a person who has bad intentions, okay, that's not a good energetic exchange. It's actually going to lower your own frequency, okay? And it's gonna block any real blessings from coming into your life, okay? So always keep this in mind too, okay? So there's always an energetic exchange that's happening, whether we want to believe it or not, as everything is energy, right? And so be careful there, okay? If you accept financial help from a narcissist, then you're going to be digging your own grave, basically, okay? So there's that. You have to remember that, right? Also, narcissists might come in and tell you like, oh, listen, I really care about you. It could be a family member, right? So I want to help you, and, you know, I'll give you this amount of money, okay? So they'll promise you money, right? In hopes that you will remain obedient, okay, that you will provide them with this emotional energy that they so need, right? And if you're an empath, if you're sensitive, right, this then you have a lot of emotional energy, then because you're very much connected to source, right? And by being connected to source, it's kind of like you draw energy from source, right? You don't really need to draw energy from other people, right? Like a narcissist, right? A narcissist is an energetic vampire, right? So they need someone to latch on to, okay? Like a battery, right? And so to them, an empath, that's why they tend to look for empaths, right? They will latch onto you, okay? They will latch onto you, and in hopes of, and they're going to make promises, right? And try to buy you off, right? Especially financially, okay? Because once again, narcissists also lack self-confidence, guys. So they are the types of people who are going to use money to manipulate you, to try to control you, to try to dominate you, okay? And to try to keep you with them too, okay? Because they're lacking in confidence, okay? They don't actually think that anyone is going to stick around with them for them, you know? And so they don't have any self-love. They don't have confidence. They think everything is a transaction, right? And so they're going to think like, okay, she's never going to want to be with me for me, right? So that can also be their thinking. And so I'm going to try to buy her, or I'm going to try to offer something that she cannot refuse, right? And so there's that, right? And so and so, you know, be careful with that, okay? Once again, at the end of the day, right, at the end of it all, narcissists want your emotional energy, okay? So they want your validation. They want you to give them compliments. They want you to, you know, they're going to tell you how better of a person they are, which they are. They're telling on themselves, okay? And they want you to validate them, and they want you to tell them, no, that's not true. You know, honey, you're such a good person, you know, you just don't see it, right? But it's not true. Like, and a real person, right, is not going to do that any longer, right? They don't care about the finances. They're not going to lie. If they see that they're dealing with a snake, they're not going to say, you know, honey, you're such a good person, right? So, you know, a good question to ask them, right, might be, if they tell you that they're a terrible person, you know, you can ask them, like, are you? You know, so that's going to like that's going to make you question themselves, okay? And they don't want to know the answer, okay? The answer will scare them because they know who they are, right? So while they're expecting you to say like, yeah, honey, no, that's so not true. You're not a bad person at all, right? You should ask them if anyone asks you, like, if anyone tells you I'm a bad person, ask them, are you? Or is that what you think? So they might tell you like, I'm just kidding, right? Or something along those lines, okay? But in reality, they already know the truth. Once again, they're just looking for your validation, okay? By the way, a narcissist doesn't always look for positive emotions, okay? They also thrive from getting negative emotions too from you. They're like a kiddo, you know? Kids, as long as you're giving them attention, right? And sometimes they want your attention in any way possible, right? So whether it's positive or negative, right? They don't really care too much, right? Of course, giving your kids negative attention all the time, and over time, it will affect them in a bad way, right? So, yeah, if you have kids, keep that in mind, right? But a narcissist doesn't care as long as you're always constantly thinking about them, right? Guys, also remember that thinking about someone, right, you're sending them your energy this way. You're sending them your mental, emotional energy, okay? So they want you to think about them all the time, okay? That's why they might like send you random messages, you know, or answer messages in a specific way to get you to think about them. Or they might not even answer you right away. They might take the entire day maybe to answer you, okay? It's because they know that by not answering, they get you to think like, to think about them, right? Like they know that, you know, this is, and they always play games, right? So that's exactly what they want. They want your emotional energy. They want you to think about them nonstop, you know. And if you're drawing your boundaries, right, and in a relationship, guys, in the beginning, right, just always remember that you always have to keep your boundaries. You have to keep your emotional distance, you know. Don't give your emotions, your emotional energy away so freely, okay, no matter what, okay. Keep your distance, and the reason being is because by giving our emotional energy away very freely, right, in the beginning, right, if you're not detaching, right, which means if you're not keeping your emotional distance, um, you know, then you're attaching to another person that you know nothing about, you know. And so always keep this in mind, you know. So it is good to have boundaries. It is good to take your time with someone, and it is good to let another person know about it, right? So with the narcissist, they want this connection fast because they need your emotional energy, okay? Without it, guys, they might start getting sick, okay? They might become very angry, okay? Because once again, they're emotional vampires, okay? And so without, to them, emotions, right? Emotional energy is like blood, okay? Without it, they cannot function, guys. So if you don't give it to them, okay, and they maybe promise you something, right, and you're still not giving it to them because you told them maybe you want to get to know them, right, and you want to take your time, right, they hate that. They hate hearing this. Like, to them, you know, I want to take my time to get to know you. It doesn't work because they know that underneath it all, underneath their facade, underneath their mask, there's a monster. There's a horrible person, okay, who lacks emotions, who lacks maybe besides, like, I don't know, anger, right, and some other emotions, right? But anyways, they lack empathy, right? They cannot connect to another person, okay, in a healthy way. And so they want to jump into bed with you very fast. They want to connect with you super fast. So they want you to focus on them right away, okay, without really knowing anything about them, right? And so because they know that the time is ticking, right, tick tock, right? And so um, they know that getting to know them is not an option. They need you to attach to them fast so they can start sucking you dry, okay, emotionally. And so they will use finances, and if they're not getting that from you, they will start slowly withdrawing, okay? So they will start withdrawing. They will start becoming inconsistent with you, okay? Whereas in the beginning, they were love bombing you. They were really quick, right, to jump on you. They were giving you so many compliments. They were telling you how much they wanted you, right? They were telling you that maybe they wanted to marry you, right? They were telling you how they wanted you to move in with them, you know? But once they notice your boundaries, once they notice that you're not really giving them this emotional energy that they needed, they're going to start withdrawing. They're going to start withdrawing their resources. Maybe if they give you money, they might tell you like, oh, something came up, I can't do this because this and this and that. They will start giving you excuses, right? Whereas in the beginning they were telling you God told them to help you. Now, you know, something changed, right? And God decided to say that that's no longer an option, right? So stop helping them. So they might make up some kind of an excuse, right, to not help you at all, okay? Or they might just decrease this, right, to like nothing, basically. Or they might tell you altogether that helping you or giving you this money is not an option, and you're crazy to think that they actually told you this, when in fact they never told you that they will give you this amount of money, right? And you might have their messages and you might send it to them like, okay, well, I'm not crazy, here's the message. And they will say like, oh, they will pretend like it's not there, they will deny it, basically, okay? So they will gaslight you, okay? And tell you they didn't do something, or they didn't promise something that they actually did. Okay, so yeah, guys, this is like very interesting. Okay, but so at the end of it all, you might get discarded. Okay. And guys, consider it God's blessing if you get discarded from a narcissist, okay, or by a narcissist. Sorry. Don't judge my cup. It's from a yogurt. This yogurt is like so good. But yeah. um, as you guys know, all of the cups break in the house with the kid around, so yeah, kids and cups don't mix. But this one is good too because it's like so big. I like it. So anyways, so yeah, guys, you know, consider yourself blessed. So if my throat. Anyway, so consider yourself blessed, guys. Okay, if the narcissist discards you, okay. My God, my throat. So yeah, just, you know, and go have a party, go celebrate, okay, if this happens, because it's usually extremely difficult to remove narcissists from your life, okay, so just block them, okay, get rid of them as fast as you can, okay, you don't want to mix your energy with an extremely low vibrational individual, okay, who is after your emotional energy, okay, guys. So I hope you really enjoyed this video, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos, alright? And for those of you that have signed up for my hypnotherapy sessions, I'm really looking forward to working with you guys again, helping you. Yeah, much love.